Hello guys, Antoine here for Simarchitecture and welcome back to a new video. So today I'm building something that some of you requested since pretty much the beginning of the channel, so almost 3 years ago. We are building the White House, as you probably already read in the title. So why did it take me so long to do it? Actually, because first, I didn't feel like building it. I found I was not able to do it, to do justice actually. So I thought it was not for me. And as some of you know, I'm very fascinated by the city of Washington, its history, its architecture, and the White House is a building that I really like in terms of design, architecture. This is just a very elegant, beautiful building that I really like. I read a lot of things about it, and for this build I did a lot of research for every single room that I was going to build. So every time before started to build a room, I looked for pictures, read some descriptions of these rooms. So the building itself took me quite a long time because of this research. In game it was not that long, but it was just the first step of getting used to what the White House actually is and what the interior is like. So this was a very interesting experience for the building aspect, if I can say, but also because I learned a lot of things about the White House. So the White House in Washington actually. So yes, this was a very good build and I'm glad I did it. So I think some of you will be really happy because for years you've been asking me to build it and it's here. So as always with some historical builds that I do, this is not 100% accurate. First, because of the game limitation, it's like not possible to design all the rooms the way you want. You have to make choices because of the window placement or such things, which doesn't allow you to create very tiny rooms, tiny staircase leading to some more private areas. But overall, this is quite accurate, especially for the staterooms, which is actually the first floor. The general shape of the building is of course quite similar to the real one. The only thing is that I didn't build the top floor, you know, this is the third floor, because of the proportions. If I build it, it would totally destroy the elegance of the building, I think. So I didn't build it, and in this area, for real, there is more private rooms for the president and his family. And also I didn't build the basement. There are some other staterooms in the basement, but because of the terrain it was not possible in the Sims 4. So yeah, I didn't build it. So what I built is the first floor, which is the state floor, with the hand hall and the corridor leading to the blue room, the red room, the green room, the east room and the dining room. Actually, in the whole White House that I built, there are 3 dining rooms. There is the state one, the official one, which is the largest. Just next to this one, there is a smaller one, which is called, if I remember well, the president's dining room, which is yellow. It's smaller and for just more intimate dinners, I would say. Next to that, there's a kitchen. I have no idea of what the kitchen looks like, so this is really a basic Sims kitchen. Yes, that's it for the stateroom. I'm really happy with the staircase. It looks kind of like the real one. And that's thanks to the new tools that we have to design the stairs. It's really enjoyable to have it, especially on this build. I also use many custom content, as you can imagine, mostly made by Felixander and Jim07. which was really helpful, especially for the entry hall, because there is like different heights of ceiling. So it helped me a lot. You will see it in the speed build. I used some tricks to fake like another ceiling. So yes, it was quite useful. And of course I needed it for, this custom content, I needed it for all these architectural elements that we don't have in the game, that were absolutely mandatory to build the White House, I think, to give it this Georgian style, which is very typical for the White House and in general the executive buildings in Washington DC. So I went for a very accurate decoration, I would say, even if I don't have all the elements that exactly look like the real ones in the White House, of course, but the organization of the rooms, the feeling of the rooms is kind of really close to the real White House, I would say. And to be honest, I have to say this is a build I'm very proud of. I just like the whole feeling of the build. I only wish we had, as always, a larger lot, because it was just frustrating not to build the backyard with the fountains in the park and also the west wing, because of course I only built the residence, I didn't build the east wing and the west wings, so I didn't build the Oval Office. Maybe I will do just a room build after this one just for the Oval Office, because what is the White House without the Oval Office? It doesn't make sense. So I think I will do it in a separate build. But that's frustrating. I would like to build the whole thing, even if it would take me ages to build it. Anyway, we can go to the second floor, which is known as the residence floor. This is where the president and his family and also some guests are sleeping and living while they're not doing their official function. So this is a very famous place because we see it in many movies and many series. My main inspiration, of course, was House of Cards, which allows us to see a lot of what the White House looks like. It is decorated in a very specific way, which I adore. This is very elegant, and this is really a place where I could live. And I was also inspired by another Netflix show taking place in the White House, which is Designated Survivor, which is probably not the best series ever, I admit it. House of Cards is far better, but it was interesting also to see what the White House looks like. So in this residence floor, there is a big corridor with bookshelves, pianos, sofas, paintings, leading to the east or west, I don't remember, let's say the east sitting area, which itself leads to the president bedroom, the kitchen, the dining room. There's another bedroom, and on the other side there's another sitting area with two other bedrooms, the Lincoln bedroom and the Queen's bedroom. There is also the central oval sitting area with the private sitting area and the treaty room. So I built the main rooms, and I only built one bedroom, which is the president bedroom, and actually it's a bit smaller than in real life because of those limitations I told you about. And I didn't furnish the other bedrooms because I really wanted to focus on the main rooms of the build. If I built like the 7 bedrooms, it would be very boring and very long, and the video would have lasted like 10 hours, and I think it's already long enough. So yes, I really wanted to focus only on the main rooms that we see most of the time in the movies, in the series, so that's why. But once I will upload it, feel free if you want to furnish all the other rooms, or even to have this top floor, even if I didn't feel like building it. Also, while I was building, I thought about building an underground area, as we see in the movies, you know, with this big crisis center where the president has to take decisions about whatever country doing some bad stuff to the US, or any terrorist attack, or, you know, this command center, which I don't know if it exists, but it just gives a kind of epic movie vibe to the build. But I didn't do it. Maybe in the future for a personal play I will do it, I don't know. But for this build we don't have it. And I just realized that I didn't tell you about the exterior, so I went for a very simple style. I just tried to stay close to the real one, because I told you it's not possible to do such a big garden as in the real White House. So everything is kind of close to each other, so the grid is not far away from the White House, but in real life it's very far away. Not the grid, I mean the fence. Yes, the fence. So there's this big round fountain that we see in the pictures. There is the portico where the guests are coming, and just for fun I put a limousine under it just to pretend that the president just arrived to the White House, just to give a more, yes, real feeling to the build, and it was fun to do. I also put some trees, because if you look to picture you can see that we don't see the whole facade of the White House, so I went for a very simple garden just with big trees in front of the White House, so it looks like a pictures of it. Now I think I told you pretty much everything about this build. I think it's better for you to see it by yourself rather than me talking about it. Yes, just know that I'm very happy with this build, and I'm really pleased to know what you think about it. I know that the White House is open for a visit. You have to do some special requests. I think it's not like a free visit all the time, but if some of you visited it, I would be very interested to know what it feels like to be inside the White House. You know, in France we also have a presidential palace called the Palais de l'Élysée in Paris. This is a very famous place, but also very secret, because it's not open. It's only open 2 days a year during the Heritage Days. All the official buildings are open, including the presidential palace, the parliaments, the ministry, everything is open. And I didn't have the opportunity to go there, but now that I'm living in the region of Paris, probably I will go next year. But yeah, each year there are like 1,000 people queuing in front of the palace just to visit it. But yes, I think it's a very special thing, because this is the seat of the power where everything is decided for your life as a citizen. So yeah, so if you ever visited the White House, please tell me, the White House or whatever presidential palace in the country you're living in. I would be very interested to know what it feels like. And now just a quick update about me moving to Paris. So as you know, I found a job in Paris, and now I'm living in Versailles, which is like 20 kilometers away from Paris. But it's way calmer, way smaller, way more enjoyable to live, I think. And of course, there is the palace, the gardens, the park. And I just moved to my flat. Now everything is ready. I empty all the boxes, all the furniture are set. Everything's fine, and I took time to test my new camera in the palace yesterday, and it was just amazing, like just going out, walking 3 minutes and being already in the palace. Just wow. I mean, it's really a dream came true. I didn't think it would happen, and now I'm here living next to the palace. Like, the park of the palace is my garden. Actually, I just have to walk like 3 minutes and I'm inside. it just feels amazing. And I have to say, I think I didn't quite realize that it's going to be real. It's like, I feel like I'm going back to Nantes in Western France in a few days, but no, I'm staying here and have to get used to it. So yes, it's a very strange feeling. And when a dream comes true, it's like a big achievement, but you also feel like a bit empty because you had this dream, and now that you fulfill this feeling, this desire, you feel like you have to find something else. But of course, I have some other dreams. I'm not like desperate now that I fulfilled this desire. But it's very nice, and I will spam you with a lot of pictures on Twitter, I think, and of course on my personal account in Instagram. If you don't follow me, and if you're into architecture and Palace and most of it of Versailles, you should probably follow me. You have the link in the description and also in the beginning of the video. Yes, I'm not a professional photographer, but I really try to do my best and take beautiful picture of the places I see. And I have a very long list of things I want to see in Paris. So yeah, I will try to take beautiful pictures. Now I think it's pretty much everything about me. The video is quite long, so I will let you enjoy the end of it. If you like this video, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and please tell me in the comments what you think. I would be very happy to read your comment about it. And yes, I will see you next time. Bye.
Am I